Howdy folks, Grok the DuckFarmer here, and I'm on the FTOG Enigmatica 2 server here at my base.
And this is take two.
Shh, you're not supposed to tell people that.
Well, the phone that should never ring rang, so you had to jettison take one, so this is take two.
Yes, but that's the behind the scenes sort of stuff that nobody should know.
Everyone needs to know.
It's take one. I do things flawlessly. I never make mistakes. Ever!
Uh-huh. You just keep telling yourself that.
I do. Anyway, I'm excited because today is the day that I get to actually build my base, and so that little shack back there is not going to be the base anymore. So yay! I should get some TNT and blow that up, but not right now. No, because I still have this base to build. And yeah, as you can see, I have a definite mushroom infestation problem, which, you know, I'm kind of okay with them. They're weird in that they're just spreading like gangbusters, but then they get to a point where they just stop because there's enough light and whatever they're doing, they stop. And if we look at the map, I've done a pretty good job of covering everywhere around my base. Most of it's covered with my mega torch to stop the mobs from spawning, but you know, I think it's kind of fun. And they're not torches on the ground, which I'm a big fan of not doing. Anyway, this stuff back here, I have all the building supplies I need. So almost 7,000 white concrete blocks, 4,500 light gray. I only really needed about 560 gray blocks, and I made way more than I needed to, so I decided this section would have gray concrete, and then, you know, some light gray and some black stained glass, all of that. And because I made it perfectly the first take, I'm got some rotating elevators here that I just barely crafted, and I'm thinking north is where I'm going to orient rather than just kind of higgly-piggly. That way I always have the same direction. And I'm thinking that's probably the best way to do that. Let's move stuff off the taskbar because I'm going to grab a whole bunch of buildy blocks. I don't need any of you, but I need a bunch of you and a bunch of you. All right, so I have the plant... concrete. I have a love-hate relationship with concrete because it's really fast, but then when you hit a block that's not concrete like this dirt, all of a sudden, and I slow down, and I come running along here, and I slow down, and and then I feel like I'm going way too fast on the concrete, but the worst is if I try to chisel some of this to have hidden lights, those chiseled blocks no longer give the speed boost. So I'm running along going, I'm fast, slow, fast, slow, fast, slow, fast. Yeah, or I could chisel everything. And that's a lot of chisel work. Anyway, so I have a plan here for this building. Modern really isn't my thing, but I decided to go with modern on this server. So I did an image search and I said, okay, Minecraft modern tower. And I came across an image that I said, ooh, I kind of like how that looks. And so I dug in and said, is there a schematica for this? And they said, yes, we need you to register. And I said, forget you. So I just took the initial picture and I said, let me design something based off of that. So I went into a creative single player world because I always spin up one for any server pack that I play. And I started building a world. I started building a building in that world, and you know, had it up in the air a little bit so it was nice and easy and flat. And then I did a schematic off of that, and I've got this little spot right here that if I stand right here, I can load my schematic. So Schematica comes with the pack, and the slash on the numpad is the super secret grab a Schematica file. And it comes with a ton of different schematics in the pack already, which I love. And I've actually copied these out elsewhere so I can have them for later. And I'm trying to make, oh yeah, that was when I was making the base of the thing, and then I said, okay, do one more, and then I'd make a wall, and then I copy it around, and I did some of that, and that's there. Grok Tower Modern. I loaded that, And if we show it, here we go. This is very, very, modern, bulky, square. Was just regular grass. That's why it's got the wrong item. This was grass. That's why it's got the wrong color here. But I decided to go ahead and have white concrete to echo the white concrete on the roof. So, and one of the things that I'm going to do, okay, we'll grab am I full? I'm full. That's okay. Egg is going to stay there. And I decided that I would go ahead and toss some things together. There's some oddities here. Looking at that right there, that's a fluid. That's not a fluid. That is a megatorch that I put up there. And because I wanted to, kind of hide this megatorch. But it's very bizarre. But, that's the way it is. Anyway, I'm going to build up like this, because this is the central feature. There we go. And one more. And then looking around the side. Okay, now it gets solid. And I can't see because this is in the way. Yep. And then, yeah, see, here's the spruce fence post. And it acts like, yeah, it's just very weird. But, I'll move the mega torch up in a bit. But right now, okay, that right there. And I'm hoping not to fall down because that would be bad because I can't really see it. Okay, here's where I can put in the other elevator. There it is. And dink, there. So now I can go back and forth just fine. And so let's break this. There we go. Alley-oop. I can break that, and I can put that torch right below. There we go. There we go. Now you can't see the torch, and it's night. And I'm going to do something that I normally don't, which is actually use the paste functionality of this to do the rest of the building. So if you come into here, if you've got the blocks, if you have a schematic and you load it and you're in creative, you can hit the printer mode and turn it on, and it'll just automatically throw whatever tiles you want. But if you are in survival like I am, then it will grab whatever the bits are and start throwing them around. And it uses like the last 5 thingies on your key bar or task bar, which is fine. That way I can keep my weapons up close. So yes, I'm going to go ahead and actually, most of the time I say this is really cheaty, but I've already built this once, and this is friggin' huge, and I don't want to take forever to get this thing made, because I already took forever to get all that. That was like 3 episodes of getting all that stuff going. Had to make the mob farm, had to make the bits to make the bits to make the concrete. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. But I do want to go ahead and get this made real quick. And I figure if I start up high with the roof, and I love that I'm able to go up and down really fast, I can get this done pretty quickly. All right, so that's the top done. And you can see that it actually went several blocks down below. I'm counting 3 blocks lower were done. So let's go ahead and turn the printer back on, show it again. And it's going to start doing these layers here. I don't think it's going to go up high enough. Well, let's see. Yep. I have to do a little jumpy jumps, and that'll do that. But I think I'll wait till I'm done with this bottom layer. And is this a repetitive pattern? Oh, yes, it is. It's very repetitive. But you look at a lot of modern stuff, and it's kind of very repetitive anyway. So, bite me. No, it's part of the reason why I tend not to do modern, because I really like throwing in some randomization into stuff. And modern really doesn't do that whole randomization thing very well. It's just, you've got the one color of concrete, done. You've got, glass, done. That's pretty much it. But here, let me go ahead and finish this little bit. And yeah, you probably don't want to see me bouncing around. Boingy, boingy, boingy. Look at me, I'm a kangaroo. Yay! All done. And I decided to kind of keep this bottom part 3 wide because I like that better than 1 wide. I'd be constantly going donk. Oh, sorry, gotta get through. Oh, there, now I can. And so, 3 wide is much better. And I'm thinking I may do something to kind of stretch these legs out some because, again, this is 1 wide and that kind of makes me feel bad. But I figured this would give me quite a lot of space to do some large, very open-air machinery things and could actually keep some of the cables visible of how stuff is getting power and transporting and all the rest of the stuff. So, normally I hide that stuff away as much as possible, but I've got room for this up here. So I don't see, why not? Let's head on up. Yep. And, yeah. I went ahead and put a railing around to stop me from running over the edge because, safety third, gotta be safe. No light yet, and I don't want to chisel these things to make invisible light, so I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do. But there you go. If I do say so myself, I think that's a pretty cool looking little modern building. There you go. One side doing one stuff, another side doing another stuff. We got the elevator in the middle to go up and down. That's pretty cool. And you're probably saying, but wait a minute. You made some light gray concrete and you haven't used it yet. And that's true. It's also not built. So, yeah, I need to build a little bit more. Yes, let me grab some of those bits and start getting that going. For that to happen, here, I don't need that anymore, and I don't need that anymore. Yeah. 16 is okay to be over. That's way too many. I do need to grab some more. Oh, it feels so slow over here. I do need to grab some more of this and some more of those and some more of these. Yes, that should be sufficient. So if I put that there and then move that around there, that should give me some more rotating elevators. Does that kind of give you an idea of how many floors there are going to be in this thing? Yeah, there's going to be a bunch of floors. All right. Let me actually start building those bits. Oh, hey, I need this stuff. Gimme. So much building, and also some chisel and bitsing, and that will consume your soul really fast. So I try to do as minimal as I can, and what I've been doing is mainly lights. So we got this nice outer piece, and if you look over here, I took the same because I've got lots of this gray, and I knocked off 2 layers of this going along here, and put a pane of glowstone, and then a pane of the dark gray chisel, the concrete there. Yes, words. And so it's nice and lit, and you can see that I haven't done on those sides, and that side hasn't been done, but it definitely does light this up, and I like it so much better with that light. And it's industrial and modern, so no visible torches or anything, because, yay, there are torches here, but, what can you do? So I'm going to go ahead and spend a bunch more time. I've got dirt here because it takes a little bit more than a stack of dirt to go all the way up to do all 4 sides with that. And I think I'm going to need a whole lot more glowstone because that took 6. So, well, whatever's left over in my bag. So I'm going to grab a bunch more and chisel bits this up. And then I need inner bit stuff going on in here, the floors. And all the floors are done. And I also came up with a lighting possibility that I've never tried before. So looking at this, these are the charged Certus quartz fixtures. And they've got a lightness or brightness of 14, which is not as nice as some of the Botania stuff that does the 15, which I really like. But these are very nice, and I've got them tossed around. I got rid of all the all the glowing mushrooms, lots of glowing mushrooms, tossed them all around, did a little chiseling bitsing to kind of open this area up, and tossed it around the center, 2 in the sides. And if we look at the light level, that's fine. And I can walk right across. It's like they don't exist as far as, walking on them. It does mean I may have to move them if I put machinery here. Oh, and every so often they get that little lightning-y sort of zap. See if we can spot any doing that. Of course, now that I mention, there we go. That guy just did. So that's kind of cool, and I like that. But, and of course it's raining. But let's take a look at the floors. There's the floors. I am having fun with this. There are 8 of these floors set up staggering along the way, and that's why we've got the central column to hold them up, as well as to handle the supporting and it's the same as holding up, and the getting up there. So if I take the elevator, here's down below, and I put these lights underneath because that kind of brightens them up some, and right there, and then also along the top, as well as the inside. And let's hop in. And so this is bright, no floor torches, none of that. It's not really bright. There are some spawnable 7s, but because they've got they're not full empty blocks, they've got glass in the way. No spawning. Plus I've got 2 magna torches in this area to stop the spawns. And I found something really fun. I oriented each of these to point into the room. So this way, right now I am facing west, and if I go up, now I'm facing east, west, and you really can't tell much of a difference. But one of the things I did find out, let's go all the way to the top, which is north. But if I'm just barely on it, it flips me to the other side. Watch how I move as I go down. See those lights flipping back and forth? Yeah, it's kind of funky how it bumps me side to side that way. But that's okay. Anyway, I've got lots of space up here for doing various mods, and as it makes sense, I'll go ahead and put various mods into here. Not sure what I'm going to be putting in any of these. This is large enough it might handle blood magic, which is quite large. I think it's like a 21 by 21. Can't be that big with tier 5, but it's fairly large. It might fit into here. Botania needs to go in a place. I also want to take my farms and move those upstairs, and let's go all the way up to the top into the rain. Good thing I've got my umbrella. If we take a look at the chunks here, this is 3 chunks. Here, let's look at the map from up above. There's 3 chunks that are being used, and it's slightly overlapping on the edges, but that's okay, because if we come over here, I guess it's not the full chunk over on this side, but over here there's 2 blocks that lean over, and if we come on this side, there's 1. So as far as the interior of these 8 pods, they're entirely within the chunk. So I've got 3 chunks here. So you can see it's entirely encased. So if I have something here and I chunk load this chunk, it'll chunk load all the floors below it as well. Anyway, so that's kind of what I was looking at doing, is keeping it close. Technically, this is a 3x3 base. It's not using all of the space in my 3x3 area, but I do like 3x3 bases. It's a nice compact way of building stuff. But anyway, all these farm thingies, I'm going to bring them up here to the top. Let's turn off the chunks. And I do want to get some of the environmental tech solars. I do like those. They're quite nice, but they're quite large. So that may go on one side, and the farm may go over on the other side, and maybe some Botania bits up here at the tippy top, because Botania seems like it's something that should be out in the open, in the rain, like this. Oh, and yeah, my power gen stuff over there, I'll probably move so that it's underneath here or above here, so in this chunk. So I can go ahead and load these 3, and or one or two, however I need them. Right now I don't need to load any of them because I don't have anything that's continually running. So there we go. Let me run back here a little bit and give you a further view. I love how these mushrooms spread on top of these shrubs. So there's the building. It looks really nice at night. Not when it's raining like this, but it looks really nice at night because there's lots of lights. These are all lit up. Tons and tons of lights to make it stand out. The bright white stands out very nicely. And let me show you the picture that I based this on, that I found and then realized, I'm not going to be doing any extra, signing in and making accounts and whatnot to do this. I said, nope, don't want to do that. From what I can see, and it's quite low res, my building is probably a third the size as what the person made. And I'm okay with that. It's huge already. I don't need anything more in there. Anyway, let's get out of this rain because that's why we have a place so that we can get out of the rain. So, a base. I have me finally a base that is not the little shack back there. Plenty of room for picking up or for putting all sorts of mods in different places. And this pack has lots and lots of mods. And if you're not very familiar with all of them, the quests are designed to really teach you how the mod works. And so that's kind of fun. So I want to dive into all sorts of different mods, some of them which I don't really do a lot of. But I'm going to have fun with them. Anyway, this has been Grok the DuckFarmer here on the FTOG Enigmatica 2 server, having a blast because I've got a base. And it's a modern base, which is not my style any way, shape, or form. But it still looks pretty cool. And thanks for watching. Bye.